tonight. He's going to give it a go, and certainly the Big 3 needs him, but certainly 3's company needs him, seeking win number 2 this season. Welcome into Comerica Center. Still Martin Brian Scalabrine along with you, and Michael Beasley. You need him on the floor.
Well, here's the thing. When he's not aggressive, it's hard for 3's company to win, but he can have an incredible second half, incredible spurts, 20 points in a half. He is capable of doing that by himself. So it'll be interesting what Michael Beasley we get today.
And he had a fantastic game in week 3, 26 points, and corrected in the second half. He struggled to shoot in the first, and he improved in that second. Well, the Power are led by a couple of draft picks, which is a little surprising. You have Glenn Rice Jr. and TJ Klein, both with basketball pedigrees. They are the sons of greats, but it is TJ Klein that has really taken his game to a whole nother level.
Well, you know, the thing about him, he plays off of his teammates so well. He's a very efficient shooter, can knock down shots. And you take a look at TJ Klein and look at some of these shots. Second round draft pick, 15th overall. Obviously son of Nancy Lieberman, and he had that first game-winning 3 against Tri-State.
And his last game was unbelievable with 17 points, 15 rebounds. That is the most by any player this season. He had 3 three-pointers as well. And of course, he is a coach's kid, but not the kid of any coach. He is the son of an all-time great in Nancy Lieberman, the 2018 Big 3 Coach of the Year. She said, if anyone thinks that I just hand-selected my son to be on the team of mine, then you don't know me, because I'm here to win.
Yeah, no question about it. And TJ's been a great addition. I think the surprise is TJ is making high-level shots. What Nancy thought was, hey, TJ's a ball mover, he's a cutter, he plays hard, and then the three-point shooting, which has been a sizzling clip, has been the bonus.
He's been an all-out effort player with the skill to go along with it. On the other side for 3's company, it is Michael Cooper, known for his championship pedigree, a 5-time champion with the Lakers, and then as a coach in the WNBA and the D-League as well. His 4th season as the 3's company head coach. This team 1-2, sitting in 10th place, coming off back-to-back losses. Here are our rosters presented by PNC Bank. The captains, Cuttino Mobley for Power and Mario Chalmers for 3's company. Nicholas Skidishvili, Royce White, Glenn Rice Jr., TJ Klein, and then Michael Beasley for 3's company. We'll see how he's able to go today. Here, let's look at the betting line.
Man, pretty much a pick 'em. I'm 2 for 2 so far.
You are.
So how about today, I'm gonna go with the big game from Glenn Rice Jr. and Power wins the game.
Today, I learned, Scal, that you are going to be my go-to for gambling questions, advice.
No. Gambling questions, yes. but I don't know about advice. Don't ever listen to people that think they're good gamblers.
Well, here's what I was mentioning earlier with the first half and second half difference for Michael Beasley. 0 for 8 to 7 for 8.
Well, I mean, and 2 of those were 4-pointers. When Michael Beasley just hoops, the guy is unstoppable. He can get downhill, he can make plays, but I felt like he kind of held that ball an extra tick too long in that first half and just let it happen in the second half.
Big 3, first to 50 wins. You must win by 2. We've had 2 games that have gone down to the wire, down to those final game-winning shots, final possession. 14-second shot clock. We also saw a 3 throw in the previous game, too. You'll see how that works out, the different point values and distance for free throws. And then, of course, those circles you see on the court are for 4-point baskets, of which I believe today, Brian, one
4-pointer, yeah, it was Johnson. Stepped right into it. I feel like another thing last week, I feel like Cuttino Mobley, she always mentioned him, one of the originators of the Big 3, and I feel like his shot started looking better last week than it had in the previous weeks.
Well, it's interesting to watch Mobley. He's always been so consistent, even last year at age 45, averaging almost 14 points per game. This season, he's down to 4.
Yeah, struggled really in the first 2 weeks, but gets to his spots, and now he doesn't have to do as much. Glenn Rice Jr., TJ Klein, Royce White, one of the better passers in the Big 3.
3's company has it to start, and Beasley indeed giving it a go. Doesn't hit his first basket, but Wright tries to clean it up.
Here's my guy today.
Lots of contact, and he will shoot a 2-point free throw.
Yeah, to me, for Power to be great, not just good, I'm talking great, Glenn Rice Jr. has to have a really good game. Like, he has to be upwards of 20 points.
Last year, or I should say last week, was maybe his toughest game. 6 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, just really struggled. But before that, you watch him play, and he's so smooth out there.
Oh, he is explosive. He can put up shots, put up points in a hurry.
He's got, like, you know, like I was teammates with Paul Pierce. He plays real smooth like that.
Almost stolen by Rice. Instead, it is Wright who finishes on the reverse.
Nice pass by Beasley, putting it where the defense isn't. And Wright goes to the other side of the rim with a cool finish.
Mobley, the captain. Drops it into White. And a turnover.
All right, here's Beasley on the pick and roll. There's a little drop off. Other side of the rim, a little English on the ball. Nice play.
And like this 3's company representing most of the Big 12, as that is knocked down by a former Jayhawk and Mario Chalmers.
Yeah, Chalmers is another guy, you know, he always makes big shots. He might have to do a little bit more today to get his team to win.
Because we are still learning what percentage Beasley is at this point. He is still one of the greatest players in the Big 3, but where is he at after that apparent injury last week?
Well, let's go back to the Chalmers bucket. Comes into the pitcher, steps into it, quick snap of the wrist. Seen that before.
And how many times has he practiced that shot, just catching the ball, turning and shooting just that easy?
Michael Beasley with a technical now. He's hurt you. You cannot get another technical. I don't know why he got a technical. I think it was disputing a baseline out of bounds.
Or could have been saying the wrong thing.
No, I mean, of course. I mean, of course he said the wrong thing. While arguing. It wasn't like he got fouled or anything like that. While arguing for the baseline out of bounds.
It'll be Mobley shooting the free throw. What's remarkable about Mobley, too, is that even on early game days, when I walked into the arena today, he was already drenched in sweat. He had been having a full workout to get his body ready. He will do that as early as 8 o'clock in the morning for a 2 p.m. game, too. So seriously, he takes keeping his body in great condition to be able to compete.
Yeah, when you're old, you got to do that. You know that, right? You can't just walk in like the young guys.
Well, he certainly puts the time in as Wright gets that over the outstretched arm of the defender.
Good start for Wright.
3's company leading 7-4. Both teams 1 and 2, but 3's company, actually both teams have dropped 2 straight after winning in week 1. Chalmers can't knock down a second 3. White with power will finish.
Yeah, good job by Glenn Rice Jr. when he got that ball quickly inside to White for the layup.
Chalmers had that knocked away by Mobley. Just a 1-point game after that last basket. Chalmers set himself up perfectly in rhythm, but apparently a miscue on the inbound, so they'll do that over again.
Yeah, it was weird. They called white ball, but then all of a sudden Orange took it out and Chalmers shot a 3.
Mobley fouled when he's in the post, something he is known for at the guard position.
Side.
It'll be power ball again.
3 fouls already for 3's company.
And it's early. Mobley posting up against Chalmers. Off the mark there, and Beasley fouled.
Beasley got hammered across the head. This would be a legit flagrant. Look at this. There it is. He goes up. Look at that hit. Oh my gosh.
That is maybe one where you question, was he making a play on the ball, because there was such a difference in where the ball was.
I mean, yes and no, right? I mean, the ball was up, but anytime you clock a guy across the head, you know, you got, I mean, look at Beasley. He's really shook up.
Feels like he can barely keep his eyes open for this 2-point free throw. But still locks it down, that muscle memory. Really good for these guys.
Probably could do it with his eyes closed.
Rice Jr., the crossover, can't get the finish. Upset at himself for that. And Beasley will shoot it right in front of him, just rims out. Klein into the game. No surprise, he grabs the board after nabbing 15 in week 3, although they did lose to the three-headed monsters. Excuse me, that was 3's company that lost. It was Power losing to the enemies.
Man, Glenn Rice is missing a lot of bunnies. There he finally said, forget this.
And he gets the and one. He'll have the free throw coming up. See where the contact happened. There was plenty of it.
Yeah, I thought Glenn Rice needs to have a great game for Power to win. I mean, I like his aggressiveness, just the ball keeps rolling out on him.
He is a do-it-all kind of player, averaging over 15 points per game, tied for third with 7.7 rebounds per game, too. In his first season in the Big 3, that top pick of the 2022 draft to Nancy Lieberman. Rush, long 2, another board for Rice. Great look between Rice and Klein. So much synergy between the rookies.
Klein always cutting to the basket.
You know that being Nancy Lieberman's son, he is going to know spacing. He is going to know where to go as Chalmers is fouled.
Yeah, so when you play in the Big 3 and everyone likes to switch pick and rolls, exactly what TJ Klein did is what you want to do. You run up so the guy guarding you thinks, I got to get ready for the switch, and then you slip out. And there's really nothing you could do to stop that if you're going against a team that switches pick and rolls.
Chalmers knocks it down. Game tied at 11 here in the first half. Game number 3, week 4 of the Big 3 season. That's officially the midway point of the regular season as Rice Jr. goes right at right. Mobley can't clean it up.
Man, Cuttino Mobley almost had a tip dunk.
Chalmers launches the 4-point shot. Klein looking inside to him. Mobley, good on the block. And that will bring us to our first break in the first half with Power on top.
And here we go, inside battle. Cuttino Mobley up early in the weight room, making it happen down low. 13-11 Power doing their thing.
Back here in Frisco, Texas, Power on top of 3's company, 13-11 in the first half. And three-point shooting is not something we've really seen a whole lot of from Power, with the exception of TJ Klein, 5 for 8 this season, but the rest of the team, 15%.
Yeah, I mean, he's shooting them at a high clip, obviously, but the rest of the guys, the Power team had just been an inside team. Glenn Rice Jr. can make threes. He's just not taking them at a consistent rate.
Chalmers driving baseline against Klein, and he'll draw the whistle.
If I'm Power and 3's company already has 4 fouls, I'm trying to get inside. I'm trying to force these guys to foul me. If I can get into that bonus in the first half, I could be a step ahead and get the ball back. There's some real strategy to where they're at right now.
Beasley checking into the game for Julian Wright. We're still feeling out what we're seeing from Beasley. He left week 3's game with an injury, was helped off the court. It started today, giving it a go. Still feeling his way through things.
It doesn't look like he's wearing tape or ankle braces or anything like that, so maybe he's all right.
Floater.
That was sweet.
Glenn Rice Jr.
He could score it. I mean, he does it a lot of creative ways.
He has just had a great start to his rookie year, already surpassing his scoring from last week, 7.6 rebounds. As Chalmers tries the step back and drains the 3. He was looking for the foul, too.
Yeah, I think they're saying TJ Klein landed in his airspace, and Chalmers ended up landing on his foot.
Inside to Klein. That lob perfectly done, and again, it is Rice and Klein.
Yeah, did a good job of sealing off Chalmers. Quick finish once he got the catch.
Nicholas Skidishvili new into the game for Power. Rice again was looking for that lob to Klein, but a foul.
You like that combination, right? They're always looking for each other, from the slip to the lob from the top, that time from the sideline.
There just seems to be a lot of unspoken connectedness.
For sure.
I think that's fun about watching Big 3, especially from our vantage point, is you can notice when, yes, there is that communication, but sometimes all it takes is a glance or your eyes to communicate to your teammates. Skidishvili is no good. Former number 5 overall pick in 2002 draft. As Beasley leaves it short, but he is fouled.
Yeah, you might want to bring the fire on this one.
No coach. Walking over, though, Lieberman getting an explanation from the refereeing staff.
You get one per half, so.
Nick, be strong.
We do have Nancy Lieberman mic'd up in this game, and she is going to bring the fire. We've seen at least one in every game today, and Lieberman saves it for right now in this first half.
Nick, you've got to start playing strong. You can't just throw that shit up there. Take a power dribble and go up.
Sometimes you just got to get that simple message from coach. Direct, simple.
Do the rules for bringing the fire.
Nancy Lieberman challenges this foul. That's why we're seeing Beasley and Rice Jr. going one-on-one. No more 2-dribble minimum, but you must take the shot inside the 3-point arc as Beasley, the long 2, bounces out, so Rice will get the stop.
Good, bring the fire. Here it is. That's a nice stop. Even though I thought Beasley did a good job of creating some space. Nancy Lieberman, she's pumped up. There you go. What'd she say to Skidishvili?
To be strong. I'm not going to repeat any other words she said. Beasley goes up and he is fouled. But Rice also just contested that shot really well. So Beasley at the line as Royce White checks in for Skidishvili.
When you're at the Big 3 and you see the conversation, you got the microphone going, sometimes you just get lost in their conversation.
As I mentioned, Nancy Lieberman mic'd up for us as her team has the ball. Rice Jr., the one-handed slam.
Good pass by Royce.
A little muted response from Coach Lieberman. You just come to expect that from her players.
go back, take a look. Little no look, there it is. And Glenn Rice, ooh, maybe a couple steps, a little bobble there. Yeah, Mario Chalmers saying the same thing. He doesn't even need to replay.
White orchestrating things, hands it off to Rice. Difficult shot. Rebound taken by Derek Byers and lands in the hands of Rice for two.
From TJ Klein, little returning the favor there.
It is fun to watch those two. Just rookies in the Big 3. And this is only week 4. It just felt like they hit this stride so early on as Beasley. It's a very difficult shot. He's a little bit slow to get out to Klein. White gets the fall.
That was nice. Little fake pass one way, turn around. 3's Company's going to talk this thing over. That means we can watch some highlights. There's a rebound, one way, the other way, and then the fadeaway.
That was some highly skilled stuff from White. He's in the huddle with Nancy Lieberman.
And get it out quick.
Hey, guys. Okay, you got him. When you got this cat, forget it. Step up and pick and roll.
Okay, go now, go now.
Cat, don't worry about it. Cat, come down. Turn the corner. You pop. And Royce, you pop, you die.
They just really seem
Get a
on
good
the
shot.
same page.
Get a
Power
good
does.
shot.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically talking about a little pick and slipping out. One guy pops for space, another guy dives. And that's really the action you want. There's only 6 players out there, so there should be no help when that happens.
Chalmers tries a reversal. White with the rebound. White like what he saw going to Mobley in the post. Lots of contact. Mobley will finish and bring us to halftime. Power clicking on all cylinders, and they lead 25-16.
Yeah, no question about it. Inside, outside, ball movement. They can play fast. They're making shots. Power looks really good today. You got a lot of complaining going on, but that's what the Big 3 is all about. And here we go. Little inside play for Cuttino Mobley. Inside, outside for Chalmers. And then showing you the muscle once again. Bodies flying. Mobley with the fadeaway.
I'll go back to Dallas, Texas, where Power leads 3's Company 25-16 at the half. It was an excellent first half for Power. Both teams coming off back-to-back losses, trying to right the ship here in week 4. Let's take a look at today's monster moments. It goes back to game number 1. Jeremy Pargo to Hollins for 3 different alley-oops.
Yeah, they were getting it done, that connection. Hard downhill attack, Ryan Hollins. Look at this again. Elevate, throws it down. It's a good weapon to have going over the top.
And we saw a lot of that in that first game. Second game, just as competitive going down to the wire. We will see if 3's Company can make this a closer game down the stretch. Mobley tries to save it, goes right to right. Chalmers, he had a couple threes early on in the first half. As Beasley pulls up from the free throw line, doesn't get the bounce. That's got to be a goal attempt.
Julian Wright with a tough rebound. Nice footwork, left hand. Got him on a goaltend, but that was a sweet move. Yeah, goaltend for sure.
Rice Jr. in traffic, and he is fouled.
No, they didn't call anything. He thought the same thing you thought. He was walking to the free throw line.
That was my cue.
You were watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he acted like he got fouled and was going to the free throw line.
Good defense there by 3's company as White gets it in the post. Nice spin move along the baseline, but cannot finish.
Yeah, great move, got to finish that up.
Beasley lets it rip. Rice nets it.
I like the way Glenn Rice Jr. is playing today. He's just aggressive. You know, not always working out, but that's how you have to play if you're going to be a scorer. And for this team, he has to get buckets.
Up to 15 points now for his team. Again, his first Big 3 season. Felt like there was just no adjustment period necessary.
No challenge. I would have challenged that.
It's Mobley from the block. Beasley will attack, loses his footing. We've got Nancy Lieberman mic'd up for us today as Beasley can't get that to drop.
Somebody rebound. No, give it to him.
She knows who the ball needs to go to.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Royce White. Just the way that he set that up.
Royce,
You know,
guard him.
that was unguardable, that type of dribble handoff.
Beasley loses it. A turnover for Beasley and 3's company.
Way to go, Glenn. Lock in.
Glenn Rice having a nice game today. He's guarding, and he's getting down the perimeter making shots. I like his body language today.
17 points for him. As Brandon Rush will check in.
Get to the rim.
Former NBA champion and NCAA champion too.
Come on, go rebound.
Rice is just feeling it.
There it is, right there. See, Sloan, he started out going to the basket. He must feel good. I missed this layup, I missed this layup. But he's like, I'm getting the shots that I want. Now all of a sudden, you can start going out there and making some threes.
He's up to 20 points right now. A big turnaround game for him after he was held to just 6 in week 3 as Chalmers slices through the lane. And it's power ball. Beautifully done, and the flush by White.
Power right now looks so locked in. So everyone is focused on Glenn Rice. He comes to the top, puts the ball ahead, and Royce White throws it down.
And that's just playing basketball. That is just Royce White reading that, slipping to the basket.
So
You're doing a great job.
that's why I like this team. They have Cuttino Mobley. He's a phenomenal leader. He's prepped, he's ready. But the way they move the ball in 3-on-3 is hard. It's hard to guard. When TJ Klein comes in the game and he's flying to the basket, it's hard to guard. So what they have good synergy. That can take you a long ways when you have a court that's 50 feet wide and guys are using all 50 feet of it.
You know, there's synergy when you get a timeout hug between coach and player, as Lieberman and White were just hugging, and she had to wipe off plenty of sweat from her cheek as that goes out of bounds with, as you mentioned, the power just rolling in this contest. Long-range shot, not there for Wright. Klein posting up deep. Klein backing down Chalmers, drop step. 3's company trying to find a groove, get shots to fall, but it has been a tough night, only scoring 20 points so far. Klein all alone underneath.
That's a good job. Royce White up top. Goes to Glenn Rice Jr. immediately inside. You're not guarding that when you're passing the ball that well.
And you see the unselfishness between them, how they acknowledge each other after that play too.
Beasley trying to sub in without, you just thought you could sub on the fly like it's the NHL. You gotta wait.
In the rule book, it does say not like the NHL.
Yeah, that's how they wrote it. You can't just sub on the fly.
So Chalmers bringing the ball in against Klein. Gets through the teeth of the defense and the free throw. Oh, we've seen a great connection between Rice Jr. and Klein today.
Yeah, so White runs down the rebound, goes outside, right inside to Klein.
And there is going to be
the
fire.
I love it. Nancy loves bringing the fire and putting her son on blast. If every time her son makes a shooting foul, she hits that button.
That's going to put him on defense and bring the fire.
Hey, a lot of moms wouldn't do that to their kid. Oh, man, that's why she's Nancy Lieberman, Hall of Famer.
He's against Chalmers, actively guarding him, closing out, and he comes out on top. He showed his mom.
You know that's how they're gonna do it. You know, the drive home after AAU game when you don't get to stop on the bring the fire is a tough drive home. There you go. Look at Nancy. Yeah, that smile is I don't have to have that conversation in the car.
Doesn't matter how old you are, you still coach your kid.
Hey, on that bring the fire, you know. If I call your number, you got to deliver.
Mobley, the touch pass to White. He can't finish, but Mobley can clean things up.
Man, they are passing the ball so great. I hope I get a chance to talk to Cuttino Mobley. Just ask him. I feel like their team has a lot of synergy today.
It's been fun to watch, just from a fan perspective. Beasley, a difficult shot on the baseline. He'll try and get things going for 3's company, but Power starting to close in on 50 at this point. Mobley drains the long two.
What did I say about Cat? Struggled a little bit. I really liked the way he played last week. Now he's looking really good.
Beasley, difficult shot, misfires from 3. Through the screen, it's going to be an offensive foul. Chalmers.
What?
He might have taken a shot.
I don't understand this one. Let's see. Oh, yeah, never mind. My bad. Officials got it right.
Glad you can admit your mistakes.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
As Chalmers will attack unguarded. 3's company came back last week. They came up short against the three-headed monsters, had only 16 points at the half, but they doubled that in the second half. And especially when there's no time, you feel like if they can try and make a comeback before, it's in them.
Michael Beasley, 2 back-to-back 4-pointers last week. As Cat goes up, sticks it, he's back. Those 8 a.m. workouts are starting to pay off.
All the work that he puts in to get ready. This is the Big 3 Cat we know. Chalmers knocks down the free throw line jumper.
Bring it, Cat, other way. Cat, good shot.
He's up to 13 points. And that's really what we've come to expect from him throughout his Big 3 career as White. Excellent move.
He spins, and when he hits you, there's some power behind that. That stuns you and allows him to get up to the rim.
Are Dante Green and Royce White top 2 players you just would not want to take a hit from?
I mean, I think Darnell Jackson's in that category.
No, that's true.
There's some guys that got some density.
Density.
But I'll give you a quick story because it's there'll be some arguing going on right here. Royce White, he made a move on me, and he hit me in the chest, right? And I hurt my back. He hit me in the chest, and it hurt my back. And I didn't heal for like 8 months.
Oh, no.
And that's why I called Clyde and said, Clyde, I'm not going to do this anymore. He's the reason. That guy right there, that guy is the reason why I said, oh, hell no. I'm not doing this.
I mean, completely imaginable from your description. Like, I kind of clenched a bit, too.
Oh, I didn't even know how my back hurt when he hit me in the chest. That's how he has so much power.
Oh, man. Chalmers misses the free throw. Beautiful pass by Klein. White thought he was fouled.
I like the way Klein drove that closeout. Kind of unorthodox. He went with his left hand on this side, but it allowed him to get that full head of steam. That was nice.
Klein, 4 seconds left, backing down Chalmers, and he draws the foul. That's tough for Chalmers. He stood his ground.
Yeah, but if you watch, if we can see the replay, he jams up on Klein before the spin. So take a look right here. If you watch him, he jams. Oh, actually, yeah, you know what? That's an offensive foul.
They're gonna bring the fire here. So it'll be Klein involved again against Chalmers, and they're chatting about that play.
I'm not sure. Here's the question is, I'm not sure it's a shooting foul. So to me, it's not a shooting foul when I watched it, so it shouldn't be bring the fire.
And perhaps that's the discussion that Michael Cooper is hearing. He said, let's just do it anyway.
Yeah. Good point.
Well, Klein will be taking it out for Power, and it is all of a sudden point game. Three-point bucket would win it for Power. Chalmers have been backed down quite a bit today. Mobley off target, but he is fouled.
Now you can bring the fire on this one.
And Michael Cooper is going to do that. Emphatically pressing the button, he's stepping on it. He just wanted to bring the fire so bad, he got it this time. It will be Mobley against, looks like Chalmers.
This could be fun. So Chalmers got a little bit of flop in him. Mobley got a lot of back down. And remember the new rules, you can only back down for 3 seconds. It's gonna be really interesting.
A new rule this week too, no 2-dribble minimum either, but you have to be inside the 3-point arc. Mobley backing down, and Chalmers gets the stop.
Long ways to go for 3's company here.
Still is point game for Power. This would send them to 2-2 this season and a 2-game skid, coming off a loss to the enemies in which they only scored 39 points. Beasley, it's just been a tough shooting night for everyone on 3's company, and that kind of night too. Klein converts.
I like watching TJ Klein play. Just scooped that ball up, got it up quick, high off the glass. He did something that's not an easy play. He made it look so easy.
He's always intense as Beasley throws up a 4-point shot. Still point game for Power. An incredible defensive effort for this squad as White has nowhere to go, and it's blocked, taken by Chalmers for 2.
That's not where Power is at their best. They're at their best and that ball's flying around.
Mobley, a great bounce back game for him in double figures. Here's Klein, he can end it, and it's short. Beasley trying to keep hope alive. Great box out by Mobley. Power leading 49-28, still sitting on point game. Chalmers will extend the game at least a while longer. $17 points for Chalmers as White just loses it.
So we talk about just all the synergy that, I mean, I get it, it's game point, but all the passing and synergy, that's what Power seems to be their identity, and they've gone away from that, these last 2 minutes.
You know, they have looked different orchestrating their offense than what we've seen the entire game.
For sure.
That'll be Wright taking it out. And Beasley over Rice. So back-to-back baskets for 3's company. In desperation mode as Power still sits on point game. White, one-on-one, backing down Chalmers, loses it. It is Rice pushing Rice completely out of the picture. A couple of misses, and Mobley. Great effort by Beasley going for that loose ball, but a little chaotic at this point.
It seemed a little chaotic. Royce White's called timeout. Cat's mad. He wants the game winner. Rice is on the baseline. Someone lost their shoe. It's a lot of stuff going on here.
Well, hopefully Beasley is okay. He took a difficult fall trying to go for that steal. And you applaud the effort, but especially when he had to leave game 3, got helped off the floor with an injury. You hate to see that happen to him. Nancy Lieberman has her team in control, and she's mic'd up for us.
They're still mad about the timeout.
Roy, please, let us win the game.
But don't do that for them. That's a win. It's the whole league. It's the whole thing.
I know.
Don't let them call it like that.
Trying to keep things in check is Power. A 7-0 run for 3's company. Rice, he ends it. Hard-earned bucket and a dominant effort for Power. They go on to win 51-33 off this final basket by Glenn Rice Jr., one of the best, not just rookies in the Big 3 this season, one of the best players. Versatile, and he helps give his squad a win. 2-2 this season is Power. Well, another player who had a fantastic night is the veteran, the 46-year-old Cuttino Mobley. He's been the captain for 2 seasons, and he did what he always does, which is back down players in the paint. He can shoot the mid-range as well, but he dealt with a lot of physicality, had a bounce-back game after only scoring 6 points in their Week 3 loss. They needed his contributions today. Cuttino Mobley shooting from the outside as well, and he is standing by with Brian Scalabrine.
I'm here with the captain, Mr. Big 3, Cat. Now, you guys look great today. When you picked this team, is that what you envisioned, the ball moving, the cutting?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the first couple of weeks I was trying to see how talented Glenn Rice Jr. is. And then Royce is such a great playmaker. I was trying to fill us out, and I got off to like a slow start. So I just got to get back to being aggressive, you know what I mean? And then we playing off my energy. Those last couple games were my fault pretty much because I got to lead us on both ends of the court.
Now, you put that work in now. Last week, it felt like you got your feet underneath you. Today, you were fantastic. You keep building from here?
Yeah, just keep building, and staying with the regiments. You know what I mean? The scout, we're playing the NBA for a long time. You just got to do what you've been doing to keep yourself successful, and I stayed with that type of routine.
You got it, Cat. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
An excellent effort by Power today. Look at the rebounds, 26-18. The assists as well. Power just sharing the ball so well. It was beautiful basketball to watch. Glenn Rice Jr. 22-10 in this one with a 51-33 win. One more break, and then we will wrap up the first day of Week 4 here in Texas. Stick with us.